mentor, Mara Briere. Mara founded Grow a Strong Family, a nonprofit organization which offers families uprooted by mental illness and brain disorders support, resources, materials, compassion, and permission to learn and grow. Mara enjoys putting together materials informed by research and sharing the tools and strategies on the organization website, growastrongfamily.org, as well as through the agency's coaching program. Please give me a nice round of applause for Mara Briere.
Well, can you hear me? Okay. Guess I'll walk a little. I can't stay still. Well, thank you so much for coming. And I thank Laura especially on many levels. She's one of our most active and prominent board members. She agreed to become a board member a couple of years ago. We became a nonprofit 5 years ago. In these 5 years, we have a multimedia website that has comprehensive materials. We have televised shows on Bedford TV, which is local, but we're willing to go further. What else have we done? We've self-published 16 books. We have a program. We're in the development stage of becoming an online program to certify facilitators around the world. We've had interest in Canada and across the country and England in particular. What we do is provide support and services to family members who have been uprooted by their loved ones who have mental illnesses and brain disorders. The nomenclature is difficult because we've heard everything from mental health condition, serious mental health condition, brain disorder. We deal with all of it. And the reason we deal with all of it is because families don't have the resources. I don't know how many of you, and I'm not going to ask you, how many of you have a loved one who has a mental health issue, a mental illness, a brain disorder? Because my educated guess says every single one of you does. My educated guess says every single one of you also might work with somebody or know of somebody who does. They may or may not get treatment. That's not our issue in Grow a Strong Family. In Grow a Strong Family, our issue is finding the support strategies and services that families and members need in order to honor their families and move forward. This is what happened. This is how our organization got formed. I've been a professional for my entire adult life, working in community-based programs. I was a therapeutic recreation specialist. I was an in-home therapist. I have a lot of alphabet after my name. And finally, my daughter, at the age of 25, was diagnosed with a serious mental illness. And so, being the good doobie that I am and conscientious, I knew that even though this is what I did, I needed to get our family some resources. Especially because the last people to listen to me are my family members, because this is what I do. So I went to a therapist who specialized in family systems work. I'm a very family systems-oriented person. Anything that's wrong with one part of the car, for example, if there's something wrong with a tire, the whole car can be broken, right? If you don't pay attention to it, well, this is what happens in families. So I went and I said, this is what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. And the therapist looked at me and said, well, you're doing everything I would tell you to do. I don't know what else to tell you. I said, okay. Then I went ahead and created Grow a Strong Family because it wasn't enough for me. I needed resources. I needed to understand how to communicate effectively. I needed to understand how to manage crises. I'm a pretty resilient woman. I've been through a lot. And it's not new to me dealing with serious mental illness. What was new to me was that this was my daughter, my one and only, and she was not a person I even recognized anymore. And that was heart-wrenching. So I created Grow a Strong Family to help other families find their voices as well as get what they need, concrete strategies and tools. As a nonprofit, we have had the opportunity to receive some wonderful grant funding that has enabled us to do the research, to develop the materials. We're now even creating cards, and some of the slogan cards that we've created are in your goodie bags. We're also selling them as full steps. We also have books on Amazon. And again, we're creating this program, but we can't do it alone. We really need your support. We are a nonprofit. We are asking you to please help us by fundraising, by donating anything you can afford and manage, so that we're here for your family. We are here for your family, your children, your parents, your grandparents, your nieces and nephews. We are here for multiple generations, and we are not limited to Bedford or Carlisle or Concord, Massachusetts. I regularly do support groups or workshops or coaching. We have a coaching component which is totally customized for your family for all over the country. I've done conference calls with parents and children from California and Boston, Florida and Utah. It's really interesting because we live in an age where that kind of access is available. So we are not limited by time or space or place. We also do visit our website. It is a comprehensive multimedia resource that's constantly being upgraded. We have a blog. I try to make it interesting. Sometimes I don't know. It's certainly not regular. It's always when I get motivated to do something. We're doing a lot of advocacy work. We're asking for families to have their voices heard. We really believe strongly that if you don't share your story, then this remains in the closet. You will not get the support. You will not get what you need. And certainly your loved one won't either, because it's been quiet. So I know that Laura has put on your table some envelopes, and you can give us your credit card number, or you can take it with you and send it. You can also donate directly on our website. If you have a car or a boat, a motorcycle, you can donate that on our behalf as well. We have a link for that on our donation page. And if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with me. I'll be here, of course, today, but at any time. You can always contact us through our phone, email, contact sheet, Facebook pages. We're really available because my firm commitment, and this came about as an in-home therapist, and I bring it forth to you today, is to make sure that family members are not feeling isolated and alone more than you already are. You need to know that it is very typical to feel left of center or right of center, that you can feel overwhelmed and lost. We always say, who brings the casseroles? Nobody. Nobody brings us casseroles. And yet, for many of us, we're also experiencing a deep sense of loss and a grief that doesn't necessarily go away. We are losing our loved ones in very real ways, and they too are losing pieces of themselves. And knowing how to navigate that effectively and efficiently gives everybody the opportunity to grow, to not be stuck, to rebuild, to transform, to look for the silver lining, to look for the gratitude. So on that note, I want you to finish on a sweet note by enjoying your desserts. And I look forward to working with any of you and every one of you at some point. Thank you.